Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Caffeine Encrypted and we're back with more Astro Colony. I got a few plans for today's episode, and namely, I want to unlock foundations and vertical construction. Now, we are finally on a planetoid which we started mining, and I'm setting up a second and potentially a third and a fourth mining. But now we're at the point that we can actually start redeveloping our base and setting up things in different sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time collecting resources, and then when we are ready to start creating those sections and moving things around, I'll see you all then. So we're back for a moment. I'm still collecting resources, but I want to catch you up on a few things I set up, and a few things that are important to know about mines. So I made a tiny little temporary platform here with a wall and elevated our harpoon, and I moved the two harpoons around so we have a nicer connection to the planetoid. I set up a belt as an output from the mine feeding directly into the harpoon, and if you click on the harpoon with E, besides the dock and undock option, you have line 1 and line 2, so you can choose whether it's an input to your colony ship or an output to from your colony to the little planetoid. So for now, just to keep those things empty and so I don't have to continuously empty them myself, what I've done is I just made a conveyor belt going down into a box, and from here we can utilize them when they are ready. Additionally, on research, I unlocked Where is it? Parts and solar energy, since I want to transition our energy into solar, and we will talk about that once we start building that. And I set up a second mine over here just to start collecting more things. Again, by pressing C, you run a quick scan to see what's available. Now, what I wanted to show you is this mine has stopped. It hasn't stopped, but it will probably stop operating soon, because when you look at the mine, let me try to place a new one down. So they are here. You have these 6 wide blocks of a gradient, same with the 3 little green ones in front of them. Asteroid, you're in my way. This is the area the drill will excavate. Once it runs out of things that it can reach, you will need to move your mine. And as you can see here, this is getting deeper and deeper when it will reach the absolute bottom of the planetoid. So effectively, we are destroying the planetoids. But the rate these things control resources is incredible. This is still getting power, so we're good. Okay, I'll build a few more resources, and then it's time to start planning our separate platforms. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Some time has passed, we're still collecting a bunch of resources, but it's time to build our first platform. And for our first platform, I want to start with solar panels. So with solar panels, from what I found out, you don't necessarily need to have them above your base, you can have them underneath your base as well. So I will try to tidy things up by setting those under the base. So we're gonna go 2 pillar extenders down, and one more here, and you will see that once you set up a second one, you can build a floor on top of it without needing foundations. So I'm going to try to get a nice view here. There we go. And up, and connect all of this to this side. Might be a bit of a pain to build, but I think it will look nice in the end. And the good thing with this is I can just drag and drop and build all of them. So that's the first column. Now, what I do not know is if they need to be connected like that, or if you can daisy chain them this way. I do not think you can daisy chain them, so we will go with the rotation. Right about here. I'm gonna leave this edge empty so I can put a wire underneath, because you will see something cool. Let's drag the wire into this. Wire, copper, nope. Well, cable, that's why. so number 4. So if I drag a cable in between them to connect all of them, you will see something cool. The building on top actually connects to it. So it doesn't need this connection over here. And with this, while they only produce 1, you will see that they pretty much doubled our energy production. So this is the perfect time to go and start removing this, because we will not need them anymore, not on our base at least. So I'm going to select all of those and get them out of the way, remove the splitters. I will let it feed all of these here, but I will actually turn this off. And I'll pick those up in a moment. Yep, rotate, 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 whoop. Rotate, just to get them through the end for now, so they don't block everything else. Now, solar panels require gold cables, and we have a bunch of those, so I'm going to take full advantage of it, and I'm going to build more of them. And as I mentioned before, there is absolutely no reason to squeeze them. And I want to hide the cables underneath the colony. And this serves as a sort of modular power hub. As you can see, now all of those are connected, and they are producing 68. Perfect. So if I really want, I can make each section to be 50 and 50, but that's okay. This will do for now. So 68 is the amount of power I have. Let's remove this carbon thing, since we don't need it anymore. Pick this stuff up. Oop. Floating carbon. This cleaning this floating carbon can be a bit tricky, because it's super easy to just remove the float instead. That's okay. Ice still goes there. That's what we want. Remove all of these. Good. Now, that was the star. That was step 1. So this can expand down or up however we choose. What I want to do next, I want to make a secondary side wing over here for my catchers. And of course I want to elevate them. But first I need to measure how high do they need to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 4 tall enough? No. So I will need 5 of these to be able to have them separated without blocking other stuff. Now let's choose a different floor for them. And I think for those I will go with let's go with metal gray. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, looks generic gray. We can live with that. So extend this. Go away, friend. Not the time to talk. So I'm gonna pick you up, pick you and you and you. Very good. We'll empty that in a minute. So let's extend this a fair bit more. 176 is exactly all of the flooring I have. Let's give it some more flooring to make while we're waiting. Give me all of that. I would like more floor, so give me... Oh, nope, not that. Take this. You go over here, here, and here. Organize the stuff. And how are you doing on coal? You're still doing good. Okay, I don't need to top you up yet. Now for the auto cutters. How are we going to assemble them? Hey, you wake up. This way. Come on. Float to me. Good. Now go to sleep. You are in the way, little robo friend. So ultimately, I want my cutters to grab things over here, keep them on this side, so they are not over my head, and filter the resources down to a smelting area. So ideally, I want the smelting area right underneath them. So let's quickly... Can I do that without everything collapsing? Yes, I can. Cool. Let's get a nice floor for the crafting area. Let's go with concrete to make it a little bit more industrial. Looks very white, but that's okay. You ready? I'll take that. And we will plan its actual length as we go. For now, I just want to fill this up. Good. Now, time for the auto cutters again. They are undermining asteroid auto cutters. And we want those on a modular setup so we can easily expand without any problems. Now, I want them to hold things to the right, so I'm going to keep this little thing on this side. So if I place you here, and you one apart, so both of you feed into one, then you over here, and your next one right here. So these two feed into one, these two feed into one, and for power, I can pass it underneath them. So I can go this way. I will put a pillar so there is a pillar on this section. Let's remove that and put a pillar here as well. Oops. Give me back my pillar, thank you. Oops. It's a good thing that we can repeat the placement of all these things without any significant issues. Good. And now, to make them connect with this, just put a cable. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Nice and tidy. So we have all this other space available, and we can pull from here power if we need. Now, time for the conveyor belt and the logic behind the filtering. What I will do is I will go out and down. So I think 8 of them should be enough to keep a belt busy. Obviously we're going to test it, but that's my current estimation. So you go to the right. You feed into this, you rotate this way, and you go here. That looks good. Now I want a few more auto cutters. But first, more flooring. So F7. Number 2. Do we have more flooring ready? Yes, we do. Thank you. Let's extend this by another 4 blocks. And I need more floors as well. Well, more plates, I should say, not floors. As they are not really floors, take that. Give me 60 of those iron bars. And you can take and convert those. So I can only put one for now, that's okay. So what I can do here, since I want them to be somewhat on the same side, I will leave one space so I can bring the cable up and again have them facing the same way. So I'll put that there and then I'll go underneath. Connect you here. Yep. And extend this over this way. So now that will be powered. I will extend this line as well. Let's see if this is ready. And do a few more. And as you can see, it's holding all the asteroids on the right side of the ship, so they're not in my way. So we're going to place you right about here. The next one will be right next to you, so here. One space, and here. So power here, and power here. And now back to the conveyor belts. You will feed into this, and you will feed into this. What's the situation here? No plates. Everything we build at the moment requires a lot of plates, so that's expected. Okay, so all of them are built. We don't have a filtering system just yet, but this is our modular setup. Now, with this, I think we can set up priorities around what we want them to catch. For now, I just want them to catch everything. I'm not too concerned. The important thing here is calculating power. So this network will require 32 power. Do we have enough to accommodate that? Let's look at a random building. Yes, we have 68 active power and we're using 31 from our solar. So we need to hook up our solar with this thing up here. And to do that, the best way, we will go over here, 7, set our cable. So extend this by 1. Go out in space. Are those connected? Yes, they are. Obviously, I cannot connect it over the pillar, but I can go around the pillar. So right here, without really influencing anything. Extend this straight line. And up. I don't need that segment for now, so I'll just remove it. Beautiful. Oops. That one went a little off, but that's okay. If we wanted, we could bring the cable over the top and hook it up here, but I will try to keep everything underneath the floor. Just to keep it nice and tidy. So we got our first resources going, and we will need to drive them down. So, from a little bit of looking around that I've done, tubes seem to be the ideal thing for that, but we are nowhere near that. Transport tubes, they need other research which we don't have just yet. So we will take them down the traditional way. Do I have more flooring? I have another 64. Let's extend you a little bit. Whoop. There you go. And then we will just need to see how much we're producing versus how much we are smelting. Have I unlocked advanced smelting yet? I don't think I have. No, advanced smelter will be... Advanced mining and advanced smelting both require the new science, which we don't have. And then we need aluminum. I'll get aluminum just to get it out of the way. And I will also queue hunger just so we can get all those basic tier 2 resources out of the way. You guys are out of fuel. Take 30 of my carbon and keep working. Let's see. So we're still getting a bit of copper and gold from here. Those are some very nice big veins. Tiny little bit of iron left here. I think the next planetoid I need to visit needs to have a good amount of iron. Volcanic. You have a lot of iron, but you're volcanic. Moss, carbon and aluminum. Carbon, copper, gold. Okay, well, doesn't look like I have much of a choice. Kirk Prime will be my next destination, I believe. Flying up to it, connecting. Can I see it? No, I cannot see it from this map. I need to fly there. What I could do... How far is it? 1.73 light years. So you're up there. Let's see if I can reach you. The manual way. Yes, I can. So if I really want, I can set up a couple mines over here, let them connect, and then fly here to just pick up when I'm ready. Instead of migrating the whole colony up there. That's not a bad idea. Get some quartz since we're here. Okay. That's probably our best bet at the moment. So I'll have to consider that. Because it doesn't take the power from our ship. It uses a localized power. Oxygen, please. Thank you. Are you done? No, you're not making more. Why are you not making more? Because you are not crafting more. Take that, take that. Give me another half of my iron bars. And start smelting. Also, we can convert electronic parts into copper wire into electronic parts. I'm not sure where we need those yet, so I won't convert any. But now, since we will be waiting for a bit for all the crafting to have, we should finish this. So this will extend continuously to this direction and then farther out, but it will always come back here to flow down. So do I have enough for belts? Not yet. Give me the belts. So okay, so you go down there, you head down, and then loop around, I guess. Okay, so go this way, and then that can actually work, because then I can have the pusher on each lane based on what I want it to do. So where's my... This is my smelter. Remove that. Take you away. Start cleaning up some of this. So the smelter gets the basic ore. So fly up a little bit. And I want room for its output as well. So if I place you right here, you will be too close to the cable, but I'm going to remove that cable so that doesn't matter. But I want to keep all the smelting stuff here. So let me put you one more in. It's not like we're limited on space. So you can go here. Then I can go get a pusher on this section and say, you take iron, copper, gold. Those are the ones that you can convert, right? Yep, and the other stuff are separate, which I will enable for now, but we'll see how we're gonna automate those if we need to automate those. Okay, so back to the conveyor belts. So you go over here. It will push the defined ones to this side. Will it pick them up or do they need to go inside? That's what I'm not sure yet. Then ice and carbon will need to go in a separate place. Very, very good. I should collect all of these. No, don't remove the floor. If anything, I could connect it here temporarily. But I don't think that will be necessary. Because I have a lot of water to keep the oxygen going. And I have a lot of... where is it? Yeah, and I will need to connect that here anyway for the hydrogen. So these will stay as is for the time being. Ooh, that's an interesting loop. Those cables made here. You guys are research. Ooh, I've unlocked chemistry, which needs iron rods and dirt. We'll need to plan about that as well, but not just yet. So utilize what you have for science for these few things. Now, where do I want this stuff to go? Also, I haven't powered you. So to power you, here, take a little cable. And I need these to go down on one of these segments. Actually, yeah, it's better to connect it down here. What's this? That's the right line. So go over here. Extend this here. I guess I can just extend this up this way. Not the prettiest, not the ugliest. It's getting there. So those are connected as well. What's my load at the moment? 63 out of 68. So we are working a little bit overtime. That's okay. We can handle that. Remove you. Remove you. You're no longer needed. You are the manufacturer where you convert things into other things. I do not need you right now. I'm still powering this on, which is okay. Ooh, more stuff to smelt. And that's the other important thing, right? We will need this sort of receiving box to go into the smelter as a secondary input. So we can smelt everything we pull off the planetoids. So I think I'm going to make the water stuff completely separate. And I will probably extend this area over here to do that. So let me remove the... no. Let me remove these. Also, I'm still not sure what's the purpose of foundations besides looking good. But we'll figure that out as we go. And it's time to expand this with some nice floor. Since this will be water, let's go with blue. So I'm sure this doesn't need that much space. So we are going to go with this. And this should take both carbon and water and ice. So going back to our conveyor belts. For now, they will go this direction. Actually, let's give them some space. Here, here. And they will pass through these. And what do I need here? Let's look at the system. So, step 1, take the ice and break the ice. And this will need power, which it will get from this junction, and a water tank. So it fills from here and it feeds into a tank. So probably around here. So I can have the tank behind it. Okay, step 1. Then this needs to connect to an oxygen generator. Actually, I should have removed this. Let's remove you. And then there is this little thing as well. So I will need a pusher for this, otherwise it's going to send everything in. So you continue to this side. We're getting a pusher to send only ice in there. Everything else continues also. What is that? A dining stand. We are not ready for people yet. We're taking it very, very slow. So that continues. So we have a bit of power down here, which we can continue, and we will. Now for this building, for the oxygen generator, pick this up. You need water, which you can get from this side, and power, which you can get from here. And the only thing that you get as an input was ice, right? Yes. So we don't care for that. You can easily squeeze yourself in there. Remove this. And you need water and carbon to make hydrogen. So let's remove you as well. Has to be on devices. Yeah, hydro generator. There you are. Yes. And then the oxygen thing right next to you. Here. For power, we have a power node. Move that. Here, a power node here, and a power node here. And that should get all of those besides this, which we should be able to get. So you're 2 away from this. So 1, 2 here. Good. So now you have the ice crusher as well. Ideally, I would want a splitter for the carbon, because I do want to keep some carbon for other activities, so I don't have to continuously go pick it up. So let's go this direction. Let's go in here for now. Good. Now for water. That's one connection, that's another connection. You don't have an input we care for, so that's okay. We will need to work on the output for that, but that is also okay. You will go here to get into a water tank. Remove all of that. Yep. Remove all the power. So keep a wire there just so we have oxygen for now. This is... yes. Remove that from now. We cannot utilize both of those. So take that, take that. Good. Oxygen production, take this. Yep. And now to rebuild that water tank over here. I should probably make it this big. Let's put a water thing here. So all of them get water. And you go right here. Take some ice, do your thing. That should start filling up. Yep, and they should start pulling things up and working. And if anything, this oxygen thing can go right next to them, but I don't think it needs to. The oxygen barrier, so we will move it into a more opportune spot. Also, why can I not remove this? Why is this locked? Why is this gold bar locked? Okay, game being weird again. You guys run out of energy? Oh no. Here, take energy. Keep working. There is a lot of digging to be done. With them getting down there. And how are these guys doing? They are doing very good. We will need to move those at some point. And you are doing a really good job. But you ran out of power, so yeah. And you have a small consumption issue. So I can actually remove you to fix that. Since the area that needs to be mined was right underneath you. Remove that, since it's no longer necessary. Very good. And this will continue doing its thing. And we have more stuff to do. So, I don't know if I will destroy the whole planetoid. I mean, I do want the titanium, the gold ore, and whatever little bit is left here. And the dirt is useful for research. But we might set up like a remote outpost here and get back to it at some point. And I think this is plenty for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and I will catch you all on the next one.